Hi, I'm Sandy, back with another flow that's perfect when you want to move but are a little short on time. So let's go ahead and get right into it, coming down into a downward facing dog. Pedaling out the heels, shaking the head yes and no. Maybe swaying the hips from side to side. Then tiptoe the toes to meet the hands, forward fold, top of the mat. Let's keep the right hand planted, left palm to the sky. Little twist in this forward fold. You can play around with straightening that left knee while keeping a little bend in the right knee. Left hand down, switch that out. So right palm overhead. Maybe you play around with straightening the right knee. Right hand comes down, both hands plant, step back to a high plank or supported plank. Let's lower halfway. Press back up. Halfway. Press back up. One more time, you've got it. Lower halfway. Press back up and hold. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Let's lift the right heel up and back, stepping through low lunge, Anjaneyasana, releasing the left knee to the mat, rising up. Grabbing the left wrist with the right hand, side bend over to the right. Through center, both arms overhead, frame your right foot, straighten your right knee, half splits. So a lot of times there's this tendency to really sink into this pose and then you don't feel the stretch. Try to really be active in this right leg, hips roughly over this left knee. Maybe you scooch that right heel a little bit further forward. Rebend into the right knee, lift the left heel, grounded airplane. Left foot steps next to right, rise up. Side bending over to the left, grabbing the left wrist with the right hand. Through center, switch out your grip. Side bend over to the left. Back through center, swan dive down, forward fold. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, refold, planting the hands, stepping back to a high plank or supported plank, hold. Lower halfway, press up to high plank, lower halfway, press up. One more time, you've got it, lower halfway, press back up, take it up and back, downward facing dog. Lift the left heel up and back. Step through low lunge, left foot in front. Rising up, grabbing the right wrist, side bending over to the left. Through center, hands frame your left foot. Shift your hips back, straightening the left knee, half splits. Rebending into that left knee so you can pick up your right heel, grounded airplane. Right foot steps beside left, rising up, taking up space. Maybe catching the back of your head in your hands, leaning back, bringing those elbows in toward one another. Opening the elbows up, coming back to a neutral position, releasing the hands down, forward fold. Inhale lifts you halfway. Exhale, refold, planting the hands, stepping back, high plank or supported plank. Lower halfway. Press up. Lower halfway. Press up. One more time. Lower halfway. Press up. Take it back, downward facing dog. Let's lift the right heel up and back, right knee in toward that right tricep, right ankle on top of left thigh, figure 4, downward facing dog. Shift forward, find a half pigeon. Folding if you'd like. Two more big rounds of breath here. Rising up after that second round of breath, sitting your weight onto your right hip, bring this left leg around, left foot plants on the mat. Let's twist toward the left. Come back through center with the chest, extend the left leg, arms swim overhead, then fold over that left leg. Rising up, right hand by your right hip, left arm sweeps overhead, lift your hips, stargazer pose. Lower the hips down halfway. Step your left foot to the top of the mat, right hand on the inner part of that left foot, step the right foot back, revolve to low lunge. Then cartwheel open, warrior 2. Straighten your left knee, lean back, reverse triangle. Come through center, triangle pose. Right hand cartwheels down, bends that left knee, step back, high plank or supported plank. Lower halfway. Press up. Lower all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes, lift your chest, cobra pose. Release. Take it up and back, downward facing dog. Left heel up and back. Left knee toward your left tricep, then left ankle on right thigh. Figure 4 in your downward facing dog. Shift forward, half pigeon. Folding if you'd like. Rising up. Weight onto your left hip. Let's swing that right leg around, setting up for our twist to the right. Come through center, straighten your right leg, arms overhead, then fold over that right leg. Rising up, left hand by your left hip this time. Lift your hips, lean back, stargazer pose. Then hips lower halfway to give yourself the space to step that right foot to the top of the mat. Left hand plants left, foot steps back, revolve to low lunge. Then cartwheel open, find your warrior 2. Straightening that right leg, leaning back, reverse triangle. Coming through center, triangle pose. And left hand cartwheels down, bend into that right knee, step back, high plank or supported plank. One more time, lower halfway for chaturanga. Press up, halfway for chaturanga. Press up, lower all the way to your belly. Untuck the toes, lift the chest, cobra pose. Release. Press it back, child's pose or hero's pose. Reconnecting to your breath, maybe closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Either staying in this resting pose or deciding you'd like to move through this flow a couple more times or create your own flow. Thank you for joining me on the mat. See you next time.